Hi everyone, this is Erica here, Assistant Director of RoLa Languages, and I want to present to you a little lesson today on the verb to get, which is a very useful verb, but unfortunately a little bit confusing because it can be used in so many different contexts in English. So I want to present a few helpful tips to get so you can understand the verb and hopefully understand it more so you can use it and also understand what other people are using it with you. So the first meaning, common meaning of to get is with to get plus an object, like a thing. And in this kind of context, it means like to obtain or receive something or usually buy something. So for example, like I got my passport last week. I obtained it last week. Or she got her driving license last week. She obtained it. So again, in this kind of sense, it comes into your possession. So this is to get plus an object, a direct object. Now, another very common way we use to get is to talk about with places. So it's to get plus a place, or to get and to and a place. So it's about arriving or reaching a place. So for example, to get home, or to get to Boston, or get to work. These are ways we can use to get with a place. And again, it means like reach or arrive. So that's how we use it with a place. We also use get with adjectives, and the way we use this one is to express that something is changing. Usually, so often we'll use this one in a progressive tense because something is in the middle of changing. It's an action that's in progress. So for example, you can say, I am getting old. I am getting old. So again, where I'm in the process right now of changing from a young person to an old person. Or with talking about the weather, it's getting hotter. So we're talking about the change from a cold to a hot temperature. So we often use to get plus an adjective to describe something that's changing or becoming. So it's from an old state to a new state, a new way of being. So that's how we will use to get with an adjective. Now there are a few other typical expressions with to get that I also wanted to share that are ones that I think we use a lot as English speakers that will help you to with your everyday conversation. So one popular one is someone asks you the question, do you get it? Now, what this means is usually maybe they've explained something to you, they're sharing some kind of information, and they want to check that you understood what you heard. So when they say, do you get it, they mean, do you understand? So you can say, yes, I get it, or no, I don't get it. Can you explain again, or explain in a different way? So that's one common expression with to get when you say, the question, do you get it? Now, a couple more useful expressions with to get that we use in our everyday conversation. One other one is to get along with, and usually followed by a person. And this describes the kind of relationship that you have with someone. So usually you get along well, or maybe if it's not a good relationship, you get along badly with someone. But for example, he gets along well with his brother. So it describes that they have a very positive relationship. So that's another useful verb with expression with to get that we can use to get along with a person. Now I have just two more expressions I want to share today. One of them is to get out of, and usually followed with get out of doing. So a verb in ing something. So this expression we use to say when maybe there's something you have to do, but you really don't want to do it. So you try your best to avoid doing this thing. So for example, she got out of doing the dishes every day, even when it was her turn. So she is always avoiding. She really hates this chore. So she was doing everything she could to avoid or stop having to take the responsibility for her thing. So that's how we use this expression to get out of. And again, it's usually get out of doing something. So when you use it in a sentence, it should be followed by a verb in ing. So get out of doing the dishes, get out of doing your homework, get out of watching your brother. These are different things that we can try to avoid doing. And the final expression I wanted to share is to get over something or someone. So when we use this expression, it means kind of like recover from something. So maybe it could be a sickness. So like someone can ask you, have you gotten over your cold? Like is your cold finished? So you've now recovered and you're back to good health. Or sometimes they use it in more of a emotional sense. Like for example, if you had a breakup with a boyfriend or girlfriend or something, and someone wants to know like how are you feeling? Has the fact the relationship has finished? Is it a problem or not? Are you feeling better? So those are some helpful expressions for you to use with to get today. I hope that was helpful. Thanks, and see you next week.